Good day, everyone. Welcome to today's virtual lesson on call and response technique. I'm Catherine Bantowag, one of your instructors for this session. I hope you're to dive into something exciting learning. Okay, so today we will be exploring call and response technique, a method that helps teachers quickly and effectively gauge understanding, reinforce learning, and engage students. In this lesson, we will cover what call and response is and how it works in the classroom, the different types of response and teachers can use, and the tips for using this technique to ensure high participation and focus. Okay, so before we start, these are the objectives that you need to um, do in this lesson. Okay, so first is define the call and response technique and understand its purpose in teaching. Next, recognize different types of call and response cues and identify the benefits of call and response for classroom engagement and focus. Okay, so what is call and response? The call and response technique is a dynamic way of teachers to gain students' attention and encourage active participation. In this method, the teacher makes a call, such as a question, statement, or prompt, and students respond with a unified answer or action. So, this technique reinforces key concepts or points and keeps everyone on task. Okay, so first type of call and response is repeat. Okay, so in these sequences, students repeat what the teachers has said and complete a familiar phrase that he or she starts. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So I will shout one, two, and students will call back three, four. So the pattern is what important. Okay, so number two, call and response type two is report. So students will complete questions on their own and then you will ask them to report their answers back. They might say something like, in three, tell me your answers to problem number two. Okay, so one, two, three. This is just a way for you to more energetic in reinforcing the academic work once it's completed. Okay, so number three, reinforce. In this way, you will be reinforcing new information or strong answer. I'll ask the class to repeat it. So I might say, can anyone tell me what's this part of expression is called? And Jay will answer, that's the exponent. And you'll repeat, class, what's the part of expression called? Or what's this part of expression called? So everyone will repeat it. In doing so, everyone has an additional active interaction with critical new content. Okay, so number four, review. You're simply recycling question or piece of information from earlier in the class. This will just give student an increased repetition, another opportunity to attack the problem. And lastly, solve. In this technique, this can be used to have students have a more rigorous problem. The teacher asks students to solve a problem and call out the answer in real time. Okay, so those are the five types of call and response. Okay, so to be effective in any of the five forms of call and response, um, should be universal. All students should be responding. So, and to be able to ensure this plan, use a specific signal, get their attention by saying class, everybody, or one, two, or even nonverbal signals such as finger point. Okay, so why do we need to use a call and response? As number one, engage students actively so they aren't just listening but participating. Number two, it builds a sense of community as everyone contributes to the rhythm of the lesson. And lastly, it provides instant feedback for the teacher to check comprehension. And now let's test your understanding with a few quick evaluation questions. I'll ask the question and I want you to pause the video to think about your answer. Okay, so ready? Here's the question. What is the purpose of call and response technique? Next question. What's one example of a call and response queue? Number three. Name two types of call and response queues. Okay, number four. How does call and response benefit classroom engagement? Okay, and lastly, when would you use a nonverbal response in call and response? Okay, thank you. So, that's our lesson for today. So let's have a summary of what we have discussed. So call and response keeps students active, focused, and connected. The technique can be verbal or nonverbal and is adaptable for different scenarios. And lastly, using this method fosters a lively and unified learning environment. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening.